Well, good morning. I have a partner who's also a painter, and quite often when I try to explain what I'm doing, he raises his arms and runs away. But lately I've been noticing more and more that he has a little more acceptance or tolerance for what I'm doing. But the part that I spoke to him about this morning was something that I was checking out. You know what? Sometimes when I step away from the image, you know, your brain gets to work on its own, and it began to flag a certain pattern that I'm picking up again, and it's quite lovely. It's when you look at the Mona Lisa, and when I presented, presented to you some a cradle even of her baby. You know, you can see the little baby there holding its little feet up and etc. I mean, it might even have a, you know, it's very sweet. But the baby is one thing, but then what it's presented in is something I have seen before. In the other one, one way it's the cotton ball, a fluffy lamb's wool, but in this case, of course, we're suspecting the llama. And I did pick up the llama shape in there, and even, you know, thinking back about the golden fleece, etc. But there was something more that I was picking up. When I turned it sideways, when you look at the brightest area that, you know, might be sunlight, if you will, I'll have to, as I work out the design, this will become more clear. But you know, I am, you know, as much as I would like to swipe away all the European flow, I don't think that that's even a thing because there is continual flow between, you know, all parts of the world through this rock material, even, you know, even unintentionally at times, because we always have ballast in boats, and boats have been around since the beginning of mankind, if not before, if there are those who consider erectus not human, which, you know, I most certainly do. Now, the indigenous images are there. They will come, I suspect, as I work, will become more clear, the indigenous or the non-Western Europeans are also there. I picked those up. But right now what I'm looking at is exactly that Western invasion. And in that area, I see a comb suddenly pop up as if parting this blonde hair. Now, I immediately thought blonde hair, and then I thought Spanish conquistadors. So I did a little exploring, and ta-da! There was a Spanish explorer with hair so blonde that the natives were just goo-goo over it and were even referring to him as the sun god. Now, I understand that in a lot of this archaeological presentation and these kind of researches and things like that, we're not supposed to bring in the political. But what I am going to do is bring in the political, only because I am suggesting here that, once again, I have this feeling that the QAnon people retrieved this sun god that was once recognized as a sun god by these early natives, and with the intrusion of the Western people. That in this layer right here, they're making reference to this blonde-haired sun god and their love for him. That Spanish explorer was Pedro de Alvarado. He was from 1485 to 1541. That's a date. And I will, you know, put my claim here that this puts a date in this turtle fossil. This puts a date on this turtle fossil, worked on by someone who was well aware of the blonde hair, fair skin Pedro de Alvarado, born in 1485 to 1541, and included him here in our design. Now, I'm not saying that there was not a previous character that filled in the role of the sun god with the blonde hair. As I say, I keep on I keep on thinking I'm going to find a piece of work that somehow doesn't have, the continuum between all the continents. But as far as I can see so far, it is what it is. Thank you so much. This is so much fun.